Welcome to my new Kerbal Space Program series, where today we're starting off brand new, fresh, brand new rocket. It's a test stand, new save. I have a couple mods on here, and well, that's enough of me talking. Let's get started. Now, I have this weird glitch where the flames don't show up, but I think that's because I'm using waterfall. I gotta zoom in. So here's our first test launch. Record, keep experiment. Alright, now as we start to fall, we deploy our chute so we don't lose the rocket. But hopefully, so I did have one test launch before the series started, and that was because I was just getting a hang of everything. Now this, I'm using a mod called Skyhawk, if I remember correctly, Skyhawk Science, which adds a bunch of different fuel and it makes the tech tree way longer. So we're going to be trying this one out today. Yeah, so starting off this series, I had an older one and that one was kind of janky, I will be honest. This one's going to be janky too, but I'm going to make sure that episodes aren't like 2 hours long because I suck at editing. This is a new save for me. I've gone through because I had a bunch of saves before this, and I had to go through and categorize all of them, which is really fun. All right. Testing. This is going to be a janky first start, so I'll call this episode 0. Now we recover it because I'm learning all these new features. Alright, we're back. So here's our data. I'm going to be trying to pause every time I have to go and think, but we got a lot of science. I think this is also because I think we completed that contract. Yes. Okay, launch our first vessel, so that's why I didn't start it. Alright, so we got some pretty new contracts going on right here, so I can't upgrade our research building yet, but this is the tech tree I'll be going off of. It includes tons of stuff, my main mods being Blue Dog Design Bureau. I have a couple mods installed which are Soviet in nature, but this will be a completely American production. So I'm going to start off simple and get us some post-war aviation so we can get some early crop dusters out there. Spin stabilization. I have a lot, but I want to go slow at first so I can gain up as much research as possible. So I'm going to buy up some rockets now. Get some batteries. Engineering 101, which gives me a lot more launch capabilities. So I'm going to get that. And then the scientific method. So I'm going to start off simple and get some solids right away. Solid rocket motors, while not being able to be turned off, are really good in the long run because they have high thrust ratio. And I'm also going to grab some airplane parts. So before we even get our first thing into orbit, I'm going to be trying to get some basic airplanes up. So I have 16 left. This gives me a lot of stuff, but I'm trying to get early rocket boosters, so that gives me... This airplane tech tree is probably going to be the first thing I get done, because I want to try to use aircraft as much as possible, but you know what, we'll just see how we go. We'll get mature jet propulsion. We'll get some basic engines down and we'll... Alright, so we're here. We're gonna conduct a focus observational study. Number down, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, new capabilities, go. Travel expires. near area of these. I don't know where that is. That's concerning. I don't. Alright, so some of these are going to be a little bit hard, but we're going to try the test the X15 engine. We're going to accept that one, which is going to give us some early things. I'm not going to do escape the atmosphere yet, because I still need a build. So we're going to test that F15, listen to me, X15 engine real quick at the launch site. Alright, we're in here. We're in the test. Well, not test, my bad. But we are in the space plane hangar, and I'm gonna see what I have in here that I can use. So I have a lot of these pre-built to save me some time mostly, but yeah, a lot of these I won't be able to use early on. What are you missing? Aero camera. Fine, we'll take that out. So we're gonna open the payload bay. Oh. So this is the X15. This is what they want us to be testing, and what the heck? There's nothing in the bay. You see that? Oh, you can't. Let's get this thing a bit lower. But there's aero camera. Where is? So I'm gonna make a pretty cursed X15 here, because I don't have the ability to air launch this thing yet, so we're gonna see what we can do with just the ground gear we were equipped with. This isn't gonna end good. I don't even landings. We're gonna try landing skis. This is how we kill poor Jeb. Because this thing is way too clunky for this, but it's way too clunky is what I'm trying to say, and also I don't know how bad this is gonna end, so we're gonna see how would this landing gear work, because I'm trying to yeah, this is not gonna end well. Alright, well, let's get our pilot. This is how we lose Jeb right at the beginning of the 4X aerodynamic camera. Unable to launch. Now, where are these aerodynamic cameras? Window square. Where are these cameras? Is that it? Aerodynamic camera. There's one of them. Alright, let me pause real quick and I'll... Alright, we're back. I've figured out our little camera issue. Now, Jeb is going to be flying the X15 from a runway. Now, this thing... I don't think we're going to be able to take this off, to be honest. So, I'm going to be honest, not the best aircraft to be starting off the series with, but it's our only one. Now I can recover vessel. Now, just sliding down the runway is going to get us a lot of science here. Alright, we're back. So, the X15 test was successful, but we're heading back into the vehicle assembly building right as I speak, because I'm gonna try to figure out how to make this fly, and I think the best option would be to just keep the engine, build a rocket plane around it. So we're gonna get rid of our old X15 here, and we're gonna start up our new attempt at building a space plane. Well, an early space plane at least. So Well, an early rocket plane, I should say. Because this thing isn't really much of a flyer, per se. But, so I got a couple mods on here, but we may... Whoa, okay, this rocket fuel tank right here is what's going to start us off. Because that's the only thing we have. I don't know what you expected me to say here. And yeah, the X-15 engine is not going to fit that well on it, but it's the best we could do. We're going to start off with a basic, actually, here, wait a minute, we're going to go. So rocket planes, yes, I want to build some, but I don't really have the parts right now. So let's go check that out. Alright, we're back, and let's get to the research of the development. So early hydrolox fluids, that's going to be something we might want. So this Minuteman, I'm going to hold off here. Early tankage, I'm going to get that first because I do want to get our rocketry program taking off. But it looks like I just ran out of funds. Afterburning supersonic flight testing. Alright, that is our next objective here, supersonic test. And even though I was trying to hold off on it, I feel like that's the only way we can... Let's see, activate for... We'll strap some science experiments to a V2 and test that out. So we're gonna start escape the atmosphere. The spark engine. I don't know what that is. Haul a scout second stage in a flight above Kerman. We're gonna do that too. And we're gonna make some horrendous vehicles using the V2 rocket. So I don't really know. So I told you guys I would cut out most of it, but I don't really know if using pre-built rockets would be... Some people would consider that cheating instead of me just going, but I really prefer to use pre-built because I hate doing long form stuff of me just sitting here and build stuff. So we're going to start off, we're going to rip the science experiment out. So this stuff, okay, so it seems that when I built this V2, I built it for a longevity, but we're going to get that scout second stage. Okay, scout second. This is horrendous. Oh, this ain't flying. There's no way. There's no way. I doomed the space program from the start when I bought this contract. There's no way. There's no way. This is the most janky rocket I've ever seen. There's no way. Oh, there's no way I'm being able to use the V2 for this. Alright, let me open up the... So we're going to pull up my American V2. Because I like the livery better. We're going to take out that science experiment and we got to figure out how to haul some stuff up. And the best way to haul stuff up from what I've learned is by strapping a solid rocket booster to the top and calling it a day. Oh, this thing is going to look horrendous. So we're going to take a solid rocket. Let's see, can I, what do we have for just fairing? This will work. Alright, so we're going to put that on there. Okay, we're going to build a quick fairing so this looks nice. That's the decoupler I was sitting here. Alright. So I don't think we'll need fins up here. This is going to come back and haunt me, isn't it? But I don't really think we need fins, because this thing's going to reach a pretty high altitude just going off of the main computer of the V2. So This just shows you how long it's been, because I'm looking everywhere for parts. Launch stick. Where'd that... Oh, it'd probably be in utility, right? Well, now don't I feel stupid. Alright. So we got a parachute here. That's all stuff I don't have. Cargo, science, electrical communication, thermal. What, would you be under aerodynamics? Huh. Okay, so... Well... There we go, it's under payload. Okay. So this is going to be our test article here. I'm going to make sure it separates because I really don't trust... well, maybe not. All these are very, very small. Radial, that's a radial. Jettison Noka. Well, looks like it's staying on. Okay, so here's going to be our little test vehicle. We're going to strap some batteries to it. There is a way you can make it so these last longer, I think, but... Oh, wait, there's that big one. Okay, so we have a shining hope now. We actually have basic batteries. Ultra lightweight needs. Perfect. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it seems my dog's going crazy. But we're going to test this out. Okay, so I want to also get some scientific data if we're heading out of the atmosphere at this point, because I'm pretty sure this will have enough fuel to leave at least Kerbin's atmosphere. I am playing on a stock Kerbin, so it does make you know, everything else really simple, which again people might not like, but it's the best we can do. Alright, so we got that on there. I'm also going to tape a thermometer in there. Like, I'm going to try and maximize as much data as possible with this. Consider this my build time-lapse sort of video while I get this thing ready. Engine, separation, put that all the way at the top. Okay. This monstrosity is going to take us to at least Kerbin's atmosphere. This looks like a real V2 prototype of you. I don't think we need fins up there. I honestly don't know how aerodynamically stable this is going to be. Center of thrust is there. Wait. I'm going to save this so I don't lose it. And we are going to head to the launch pad. Alright, we're at the launch pad now with my horrendous V2. So this thing has no SAS, so we are going to pray that this thing flies. So I'm going to cut the throttle a bit because the V2 is very powerful for its size in this game. But alright, today America launches its first attempt to break the atmosphere that holds us and keeps us safe. So today, for all mankind, we launch the V2. I forgot about the fuel systems in this game. That could have been embarrassing. Alright. This thing is actually flying pretty well. The tanks are starting to run a bit dry, so we're going to cut back some. So due to the fact that we do not have any SAS, I am purely going off of hope right now that this thing can break the atmosphere. Okay, we're going to stop wiggling and I'm going to increase the throttle so we can kind of punch through. Oh yeah, tracking station isn't that good. Alright. And I forgot to put the... This is embarrassing. I forgot to put the control stuff on it so that I could launch it and recover it. Embarrassing. Alright, we're back. Second attempt. We're just going to pretend the first one didn't happen. And we, as Americans, launched the V2. A Nazi Germany vehicle. I'm going to get not copyright, but I'm going to get age restricted for saying It is true, we are using one of their vehicles to propel don't wiggle too much, just a little bit. I just need you at a slight angle so we can get over the ocean and have a softer landing. That kerosene is really bugging me. Alright. It didn't start. This is it. We're gonna record some data even if we don't breach the app. Oh. I think that last second burn, I think, just brought us into the atmosphere. I don't think no. We might fail the contract because there's no way this thing reached outer space. We're gonna check our batteries. Our batteries already started. Yeah. Deploy mode. I think we just lost a contract because of that. This launch was supposed to reach space, but I think that, like, I think the V2, even though the V2 standard, I think, can reach space. Yeah, alright. I'll come back when this thing's landed because I'm not going to make you guys sit through this. So we're back, and I was right. We did not breach the atmosphere, which is very disheartening, but I have an idea that we will eventually. At this point, we're pretty close. Because the V2 is pulling a lot of punches, but it's just not quite enough. So I'm thinking we start heading into the later. We can't really even head into the later things until we've reached orbit. But alright, so we're gonna research space grade alloys to get us some basic launch stuff. So I'll come back when we are about to launch our next V2. Alright, we're back at the launch pad with the V2, and we are going to attempt to hit outer space today. Now, I'm thinking we add these together so I can just get that solid rocket motor to fire as fast as possible, but we're going to see today. I figured out we were under fueling our rockets, which is great if you want rocketry to be cheaper, but not too good when we're trying to get this thing into outer space. So we're starting our flight with the classic wobble. But we are turning out, we're looking pretty good. Still, the second stage does not have still doesn't have its fins, because I'm pretty sure by the time this burner V2 will burn out, we will be enough of an altitude. But we're gonna see that, like, if we're firing in a basic direction, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't need any fins, because we're not trying to control it. So now it's starting to get hot. Notice that. Alright. Oh. This isn't surviving. Alright. We're gonna have to pre-game this. This thing's not making it back in one piece. I think we kind of overdid it with the burn, but you can't really control this. Yeah, this isn't surviving, gang. I just developed the first ICBM, apparently. I could try. This thing has no controllable. Yeah, this is bad. There's no way we reach it. There's no way. Now, this is a problem I've had with these before. They like to spin a lot, but there's no way we just survived that. Well, y'all just saw it here first. We've reached space. Our first space-capable, I wouldn't say capsule, but the object just reached space. So I guess our next goal would be orbit, right? So I'll come back when this thing finally lands. All right, we're back, and we got tons of funding, if you haven't noticed. And our achievements have been complete. We escaped the atmosphere, and yeah, that's all we have. So we still have our active one about testing a scout, but this has opened up a bunch of new opportunities. But some of these science experiments really kind of suck. Like, I can't really... Decline just ruins my reputation, but like... Well, we'll see. So, the Ignore that noise, that was the phone I was watching, because unlike you guys, I can't just teleport to the time when the rocket has landed. So our V2 was successful. I'm going to save that now. And I'm going to... Not Russia. We're not doing Russia. Oh, that's Steam. So Atlas is the rocket I'm going to be aiming for, but we might have to sub for 4, which still is a good booster. Now, what's wrong with Vanguard? We need the Altair engine, and then we can get a Vanguard rocket for our first attempt into orbit, because I really just don't want to use the redstone, because I hate solids to get solids to orbit, pretty much. But alright, so this, I'm gonna get this though. We're still Carolox, the most advantage, cryogenic's gonna be a bit, but early Able, we're gonna grab that. The Able engine is what's gonna get us to orbit, I believe. So we're also gonna start supersonic testing, which just ate up our numbers, but that doesn't mean much, because I told you guys at the start I wanted to get this space program started in the air at least, and eventually lead up to like orbital launches from aircraft. But this gives us a whole lot of new stuff, which wants me to open up an aircraft that I used in a previous save, the T1, the original test plane. Supersonic. Now this, we don't have swept wings, which is a huge hurdle, but I'm pretty sure we should have a basic that small. The Pegasus wing is still too small. Delta wing, structure wing. So I believe once you reach supersonic speeds, you really don't have to worry about. Because I know a lot of planes, especially swing wings, they just need to get off the air at first, but Here's my. This actually, I like the long wing design of some aircraft, so we're gonna try this one out as our. We're gonna call it the Sparrow. I just made that up on the spot, but I thought it looked cool to have something named Sparrow, like Jack Sparrow. Well, that's gonna be a problem. Unable to launch. Okay. So these aren't the problem, even though I don't. That's weird. We're gonna test out slanted. We're gonna try out slanted landing gear first for our test flight, and then we're gonna see if this thing flies. Leaning. Oh, that's light emission deploy shield. No. I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna do this. We do have skis, which I hate to do like a car design, but I don't think we have much of option in landing gear right now, because the other ones, even though they said it was okay, they're not appearing here, which sucks. Unable to launch. Okay, so oh, it's the height. So if I remove that, what is it? If I remove those, what's the height of this? Would it be it standing up? So, okay, it looks like our test bed plane isn't gonna really work out, which sucks, but it does give me an idea for our X-15 over here. So we do have those janky landing gear now, which I think won't mess with our. Oh, that is. All right, we're gonna tweak these a bit to like no. All right, let's see what we're working with. That's not good. Okay. There we go. Now I can actually see. All right, there we go. We're gonna make this into a little nice little underneath pod. This shouldn't affect land. I will. Let's get rid of these. And then we're gonna make sure we take all the cameras off, because that's what got us last time. And we're gonna start with the landing gear extended. I don't know how this is gonna go. To be honest with you, this is a terrible idea. But I think this like underwing attempt at landing gear might just work. So why am I starting off with rocket planes? Because I'm trying to get the Kerbals as experienced as possible. Which means poor Jeb here might have to bail out of this thing a couple times and land at the runway. Alright. That is a problem. Alright. And they're not gonna. I can't just retract one at a time. That is perfect. That, well, I don't know why that's a thing. So we're already starting into some problems here. The fact that is, we don't have a carrier aircraft because, I'm wondering. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna think of something. All right. Well, I've just gotten done with testing a bunch of stuff, and well, I just don't think we have enough like research things to get my rocket planes up yet. But I believe we have a chance. Now, our next episode will be reaching orbit, but this is going to be the end of episode 1 of my new Kerbal series. I'll probably figure out what I'll name it, but yeah, it's great to be back in the swing of everything. We end in the episode. It's only been a day. Well, year 1. Whoa, day 5. Whoa, that is a cool thing, the eclipse. This is how we'll end day 5 of an eclipsed Kerbin right now. And in the next episode, as I said before, we will reach orbit. See ya.